So welcome back to my channel. This is Gamer Dom. As you will have seen earlier in this week, we had our latest patch through 9.15, and I won't go into any huge details on that because I've done a series of discussions around what we will see and have seen in this change. Needless to say, a couple of changes to the physics and the sound system, so improvements to both, so hopefully from a physics perspective it'll be harder to flip your tank over when you're just driving along. I haven't yet had a chance to try that out, but then I've had some shocking games since the new patch came in. Culminated in last night managing to play 10 games and getting 9 losses. So I went to play World of Warships instead. Anyway, that's by the by. Lots of balancing and rebalancing of various tanks. Patton, Skoda, T-22 medium got absolutely nerfed, which is good because only cheaters got it. The Scorpion, which is great because I love the Scorpion and I'm biased that way. So lots of changes, lots of improvements in how the garage looks, improvements to the performance, changes to the way the platoon system works, so you get a bonus if you are in a platoon that is in the appropriate tier. However, one of the things I've noticed already with this is a bit of a glitch. I suspect this should be patched, I hope so. So if you take, so the other night I was playing with a couple of guys in my clan who were driving tier 10 vehicles, and I decided to take out my tier 8 light tank, and that's appropriate matchmaking, really. I mean, a light tank fights as is matchmaked as a tier higher than it is, so it should be matchmaked as a tier 9, and you know, tier 8 lights fight in tier 10 matches all the time. But actually we got a negative. We got a sort of a warning that comes up to say that you've mismatched the tiers for a platoon. So that's a bit stupid. But anyway, I'm sure that will be ironed out. Other things, of course, the Waffelträger Alpha E100 disappeared and was replaced by the Grille 15. Rampage went away, and improvements and tweaks to the personal missions, which is all good. So what does all that mean? Well, this brute of a tank has arrived in our garages. If you already own the Waffelträger Alpha E100, it was swapped out for this, the Grille 15, and you can see a video here I did recently on the test server of this tank, because I haven't unlocked it. I'm only up to the tier 9 on the German line, and this tank has come in instead at tier 10. It is, I have to say, I think it is almost certain to get a nerf almost immediately. It is just ridiculously powerful. Just a quick look at some of the hang on, let me find them. Some of the replay sites at the moment just shows how good this tank is. Almost 12,000 damage in this game. 10,000 in this, 9,000 in this, another 9,000, another 9,000, another 9,000, another 9,000. Yeah, the damage that people are racking up in this thing is extraordinary. Have a quick look on Quickie Babe's site. Another guy, oh, it's the same guy with 12,000, Comrade Tyne. You put it on both sides. This guy, so bad, 11,700 damage. This guy, 10,600. It's another 10,000 damage here. It is a monstrously good vehicle. I think it is going to be seriously nerfed because it is just clearly too good at the moment. So my advice is, if you have an opportunity to play this, play it quick, because I suspect very strongly, I have nothing to go on other than the fact, just my immediate suspicions, but this is just playing too darn well. And it's just dominating the battlefield. I mean, it's a lovely vehicle. The gun on it is just crazy. The aim time is probably the best in the game, I think. It has pretty good concealment for a big tank, and it has absolutely amazing mobility. So you can set up, fire that gun, obliterate people with about 700 average damage, and then move somewhere else and do it again, and then keep doing it. And you don't need to hit a tank, don't need to hit many shots to do multiple thousands of damage. So anyway, that's that's the Grille. And you know what, I'm envious as hell, because I would love to have it. I would really love to have it. But hey ho, I've got to get through and get to the end of the tree to get it at the moment. As I say, I'm stuck on the Alf Panzer 4, whatever it is, the tier 9 version. So, another thing to talk about with 9.15, and you may have seen this on Rita's blog. It may well be fixed. It has already on North America. For some reason, I don't have any rental tanks in my garage, and I don't know why I don't, but because I get these notifications saying that I've got them, but I never do. So apparently there is some bug exploit where you can sell the rental tanks that you have in your garage, and while the game only tells you that you're getting credited for the ammunition and consumables that had on it, not for the vehicle itself, in actual fact people are getting credited for the vehicles. So suddenly you're selling a tank that you don't really even own, and you're getting, you know, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of credits for it. Rita reports here that some players have got 8 to 12 million credits by doing this. Wow. So if you've got any rental tanks in the garage and you're desperate for credits and you don't mind playing the game a little bit, I would suggest you sell them today, because I would imagine this will be patched fairly quickly. So on to the weekend stuff. So this weekend it is Germany, Almania. So it's a special weekend. We get ×2 for every crew experience in every battle, so that will help the weekend warriors. There is a discount on tier 6 to 7s of 30% for the standard vehicles, and 50% for the tier 5 German vehicles. So those discounts are only on German normal tanks. It appears we have an opportunity to convert our free XP for a cost of 1 gold piece for 35 XP. So if you've got some saved up on your vehicles, and you've got some gold in your account, I suggest you do that today. Over the weekend, because that will be getting you an extra. It's normally 1 to 25, isn't it? I think so. 1 to 35 gives you. My maths has never been my great thing, but a lot more. So also there is a discount on garage slots, 50% off at the moment. So if you think you're going to be buying some tanks, get them while they're hot. You also have 50% discount on crew skill resetting. So again, if you've got into a vehicle that move your crew up into a vehicle and the skills you've given it are no longer appropriate, now's a good time to do it. There's also the same mission that there was for the last couple of weekends. So if you're playing a German tank or German vehicle of any type, and in random battles, and you earn a total of 25,000 XP across the weekend, as long as you finish in the top 10, you will get 5 personal reserves of ×2 XP for 2 hours, which is all goodness and light. Thank you, Wargaming, for giving us great Wargaming. What else can I tell you? This weekend also there are some, as well as the premium sale on the ISU 122S. So a link here to the video I did some time ago, actually over Christmas, on this vehicle. It's the Russian tier 7 tank destroyer. It was part of the Berlin trio, quartet, whatever you want to call it. It's a brilliant tank. It's like it's a tier 7 version of the ISU 152, firing a 122mm gun. Really nice, and you can buy it at the moment for what's just shy of 30 euros as a package. There is also, just go into the shop. Nope, that's not the one I wanted. Here we go. The Mutz is also on sale at the moment. Again, link to this review I did of this tank. This is a tier 8. Well, it's on the German tech tree, but it's actually a Swiss tank. medium tank. It's fabulous, really, really good. One of the best all-round vehicles in the game, I would say. Has a really, really good gun, pretty good, reasonable turret armor. Chassis armor is rubbish, but you can buy that at the moment. You get 100% crew with it, by the look of it. A garage slot, 2,500 gold. You get a gun rammer, you get vertical stabs, you get coated optics, and then you get a bonus of personal reserves for £28 and 3p, or just shy of €50. Only available for 3 days, so that'll be until the weekend, till Sunday night, I guess. So yeah, really, really good tank. Little expensive on that package. I wonder if you can buy it as a standard. Let's have a quick look. Doesn't appear so. So Wargaming back to their bad old ways, and it appears to be just being sold as a package, which is a real shame. So the other thing that's very exciting, I think, for most of us that you play the game a lot, is there is a new tech tree coming. Rita's blog again, and I saw this elsewhere, but she lays it out really well. Rita's blog talks about they're unsure whether it will be a Polish or a Swedish tech tree coming. Which is interesting. My personal feeling is, given the player base, given the fact that, as we know, our friends in Kiev like to make money, there are more Polish players probably than there are Swedish, and therefore probably the attraction of a Polish line will be better for selling premiums, etc., etc. But I don't know. We'll see. Certainly Rita ran a poll to see what people thought, and on that it was conclusively people want the Swedish tree over the Polish tree, but you know, again, that just could be down to her readership more than anything else, being largely European, Western European, as opposed to Eastern European. But we'll see. But whatever that, there are apparently 2 premium tanks already in development, already in testing actually. You have this thing, whoops, the BBT BRPANC, or Panic. Don't panic, Mr. Mannering, which is a tier 4 Polish medium tank. It's an interesting looking thing. They've gone for the booby look again. That's some of the modelling of it. It's an interesting looking thing. It could be quite good. It's only a tier 4, so we'll have to see, but it does come with a 40mm Bofors autoloader with 4 shells by the look of it, so she's reporting, which has a penetration of 63 and a damage of 50. So, yeah, we'll see. Time will tell, but apparently that's already there. They've already got the stats, they're testing it. The other thing is this tank, which is a Swedish vehicle, a Swedish premium tank, tier 6 medium. There we go. Interesting, eh? So the Swedish branch apparently is also ready to go, or very nearly to go. So that tank I showed you is the STRVM 4257 Alt A2. Oh, they're making these a mouthful. Which is a tier 6 medium tank, which comes with the with a 75mm gun, and it doesn't half look like the AMX-13, and that's because it uses the same turret apparently. So it looks like just a tier 6 French tank, to be absolutely honest. So So anyway, that's also in the game, is in super test at the moment, so they're trying to work out which gun to give it, whether they give it, I don't know what they're going to give it, but interesting nonetheless that that's the way they're going in terms of new tech trees. Personally, I would have thought that the next tech tree would have been the Italian, just in terms of numbers of tanks that are available, particularly since this game is supposed to be a sort of Second World War based game. Italy did develop a number of tank variants, particularly early war, but maybe the customer base isn't strong enough in Italy for that, or elsewhere. So yeah, so Swedish or Polish next, it appears that we will get. And usual true to form is Wargaming tend to bring in a premium, the patch before you actually get the full tree. So that's what happened with the Czech tanks. You got the Skoda T40 came out, the patch before the full tree came out. Same thing happened with the Japanese super heavies. You've got the Tiger, the Japanese Tiger came out, the patch before all the proper super heavy monstrosities arrived. So yeah, we'll see. We shall see. It's sometime this year, before the end of the year, they reckon the new tree will come out. So we will see when we get more information, and when I see anything more about it. If there's any videos or anything, I will try and show them to you. Anyway, that's me done for this video. More of my ramblings. It was my birthday this week, so I had a little trip down to Portsmouth, had a look around the Victory, and they had one of the had a fascinating ship down there, which I didn't think I was going to be terribly interested in, but it was the M33, which apparently is apparently it definitely was a monitor ship, which is a class of vessel that was developed particularly before the First World War, or during the First World War, for shelling positions, had a flat bottom and could get in very, very shallow water to fire. Fascinating thing, absolutely fascinating. Built in 7 weeks and used in the ill-fated Gallipoli campaign, and then was also used in the Russian Civil War, patrolling rivers and laying mines and what have you, and then was actually used in the Second World War as well, to lay nets around the British coasts, anti-submarine nets. So really, really interesting thing. Very, very basic. So it just shows you what you had to deal with, and thankfully most of us will never see that kind of have to deal with those kind of conditions that these guys had to deal with. The other interesting thing about the M33 was it went through 3 wars and it never lost a man. Absolutely none of them. So lucky ship, although people hated being aboard it apparently because it was so cramped. Enough of that. Got distracted. This is Gamer Dom. Thanks for watching the video. Have a good weekend of gaming. Try not to take it too seriously. Enjoy your games. Have fun. And you know, it is a game. It isn't war for real. So enjoy yourselves, and I'll see you again soon.